How many people in the room here want to make 7 figures in their SaaS? Hell yes! How many people already are? Starting a SaaS that's made me look like I'm 40. Solving a problem is all it's going to take. And being here in the room is where most of my problems got solved. Okay, what is it about an impending apocalypse that makes us all decide that we're going to suddenly change our diet to a staple of Mexican flavored tuna? I don't know. I'm having a fight with my husband about how to kill a zombie, putting in 523 cans of pickled asparagus as if I'm going to live off that for the next year. And that is what your SaaS needs to be. Not a copy of somebody else's, not a copy of someone else's branding. Your SaaS needs to solve a very specific problem to a very specific group of people or an industry or some kind of niche. I've got 10,000 subscriptions. They're all tangled together like a giant snake's wedding. And now I've got to literally try and find 5 times the outlay for running my business. What? Who else has that happened to? Sarah, if you started your own platform, I would join it. And then the Zoom thing went, bing, me too, bing, me too, me 3, I'm in. And I was like, hold my beer. So I ripped out a massive, huge, sticky butcher's piece of paper. I stuck it on the window, got out one of my teacher board pens, and I wrote 50 beta testers by December. I've moved to civilization now, so I thought I'd buy a pair that cost more than my first car. Woo! Just to celebrate. Walk in. So I went onto Facebook. I pressed go live in my best pair of fluffy socks. And I was like, hey guys, big announcement. I've ditched this platform, I've dished this platform, and I've got rid of that platform. And I'm moving to someone else. We reached a valuation of $15 million. Woo! That was it. I still think about my teacher at school. It's like, you talk too much. Now I get paid to speak on stage more than that annual salary. I just want to give you guys a moment of acknowledging the fact that this can go really big, really fast. This can and does have the potential to completely change your life entirely. And whatever it is that you are dreaming of that you keep quiet and keep to yourself because you're scared that other people are going to be like, oh God, tall poppy syndrome. So I very quickly had to get on a plane. My husband came home from work. How was your day? I was like, accidentally launched a SaaS. I was like, here, can you hold this baby? I'll be back in 9 days. So I fly off to the Philippines with no shoes. And I found loads of people. We spent basically the next 7 days sat on my hotel bed, sitting there, literally fueled off of pizza and Coca-Cola, trying to get all of these training materials and resources together. And every day that you're not marketing, every day that you're not promoting, every day that you're not talking about your thing and sharing your solution to the problem that you're solving is exactly a whole other day that you're losing customers and losing that opportunity to take a step in front of the competition. And in the SaaS world, 1 day is like the equivalent to 6 months worth of time, right? So you've got to move fast. And I am really glad that I went to pretty logos. I'm here to fix a problem, which was oversubscription costs going through the roof, everything tangled together, zaps breaking. And I just went, here's a solution. I actually went into this, dare I word it, a tiny bit arrogantly. Because I have been training and doing tech for 20 years, I thought, I know this inside out. I've been running a digital business for decades. I know what I'm doing. This is going to be easy. It's the same, right? Wrong. How not to lose $34,000 to scammers in your first 6 months. This was one of those Punado moments, right? So I'm sitting there going, right, we've got a lot of people. We've got loads of good reviews. We've got a less than 10% churn rate. Dude, where's my money? Where's the money? Like this math ain't mathin'. I know I'm like blonde and stuff, but this math ain't mathin' at all. So what's going on? What I hadn't realized is that when you start to get noticed, you actually become a vehicle from which people who are less than savory want to jump on and take for a little ride, right? And I got ridden, and not in a good way. Seriously, if I don't get sent to HR, I'm not doing it. Anyway, what happened here is we basically had this free trial available because I'm like, come on in, come to the party boat, right? Everyone's welcome here. Anyone who's in a startup phase, who has a spare 34 grand to just throw at spammer right now? Oh, look, a big fat nobody. Turn off contacts before people jump in. Because if people can't physically upload their contacts right away, you're going to be able to filter out some of those who are coming in with ill intent onto your platform. You have to be noticed. Building a personal brand is literally your leverage for anything you create in the future, not just your SaaS. Your point of difference is who you are. I don't know if anyone saw this post go up, and this is in the actual high-level community. Someone put, who is this Tekmatix company? And all the comments on there were like, it's Sarah. Sarah Cordiner is the difference. Sarah's what makes it special. I was like, oh, you guys. But this is the power of a personal brand. Because if you really do want to scale, it's a person that people are going to follow, not a logo. It's not the person with the sexiest, most expensive shoes. It's the person who is the most helpful, who's the kindest, who looks people in the eye, who gives people the time of day. Content I wrote 9 years ago is still responsible for the largest amount of traffic to my website today. If you want to be an influencer in your field, if you want to be a leader in your field, if you want to be recognized as a standout authority in your industry, you need to be a how-to person. Because that is how you get this traditional search engine sending you traffic. This is by far the number one method that has been responsible for me making millions of dollars from a spare room in the most remote town in Australia with fluffy socks. So much of the time we worry about what might go wrong that we stop thinking about what might go right. I'm okay with being a millionaire, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to be a bajillionaire. So I'm thinking my numbers are great, but actually it's just my competition being dirty dogs. This is a really important number because most people never ever get to the point at which where they know what this number needs to be for them. So now I'm thinking, okay, so I need to get this many new free trials who actually stay on every single month if I want to hit that 7-figure revenue mark. And when you know this number, now you know what marketing you need to do, how much marketing you need to do, how often you need to do it. And your measurement every day when you come and sit at your desk then becomes, how many have we got in front of today? How do we get in front of 1,000 more by lunchtime? Here's another piece of statistics for you that's very important to know, because this one is the reason why so many people fail because they quit too soon, is today, it takes an average of 22 touch points, i.e. people seeing your stuff before they decide to actually engage with you. I'm doing all the work, Sarah. I've made spider webs everywhere. I'm doing the content. I'm doing the videos. I'm on the stages. I'm completely embarrassing myself on the internet every single day, right? And where are my customers? I would literally have just given it away for a biscuit. Our finances had to be checked and approved by a CPA accountant. We had this consultant come in. They looked at all our systems. We had to answer 10 bajillion questions about everything. Monthly recurring revenue, by the way, instantly takes a business in Australia from a 3 times average multiple to up to an 11-time multiple. If that dollar number in our MRR is not going up each month, you've got yourself a lower valuation. So great thing about SaaS is you can have customers everywhere. So that's good. True story. On one Tuesday morning, 2014, I had a very successful education company delivering training to governments and corporate mining organizations, and they were all funded by the same fund. I lost $2.7 million and 23 staff in a single day. My staff have a saying here, Sarah, can you get off the boat? She's saying yes at the back of the room. Get Sarah off the friggin' boat. She's supposed to be out there on the shore, bringing everyone onto it. My calendar is so ninja organized. I have time set, repeating every single week. I have an appointment myself on recurring where I'm creating content, where I'm doing another marketing activity. Write it on your desk. Mine is on a Post-it note on my desk every day. The revenue number and the number of people I need to get every single month to get there, followed by how many people I need to get in front of to actually make that conversion happen. If it can't be eliminated, you're going to automate it using this amazing software I've heard of called GHL. And if you can't automate it, you're going to delegate it. And if you can't delegate it, then finally you keep it. Otherwise, you're going to be the bottleneck of your business. So here's some other sticky, saucy sauce for you, is if you want people to stay in your SaaS, you gotta make it sticky. I want you to look at your whole process and ask yourself, how can we make people literally want to cry if someone told them that this was shutting down? What would be more painful? I was drinking a glass of wine, and one of my friends was like, Sarah, have you created a cult? I was like, why'd you ask? Everywhere you go, you've just got all these people that like just love you, and you've got the same thing as everybody else, but for some reason you're like their little queen that they're all like, ah. You know how like Star Trek, they'll call themselves Trekkies, right? You can create language around your thing. So my SaaS is called Tekmatix. So I created techies. So every video I do, I'm like, what's up, techies? Right? A lot of people in business are either that real heart-centered service provider entrepreneur. Like you're coming into this to help people, to serve people, to give back, to make their life better, to make a difference. If you want to succeed, you've got to absolutely love like Buddha and legal like hell. Make sure your terms and conditions are absolutely nail tight. Make sure that you hire slow and fire fast. Hire slow, fire fast, and you will get there. So make sure you please all say thank you to the person who introduced you, because this woman single-handedly changed my life and thousands of other people that have now been through my company. So find the person who loves to do the thing that you absolutely hate, because that's where the magic happens. I promise you, you've got this. You've got your community. You've got me, and I've got you. Happy